All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Board of County Commissioners Workshop. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, here we go.
All right. First off, we have a presentation for our 12 Hours of Mesa Verde Bike Race Facility Use Request. Mr. Balfour, come on down. Turn on a mic. Pull it as close as possible.
Check, check.
Very good.
Mr. Anderson, Mr. McLaren, Commissioners Lindsay, Candelaria. On behalf of the 12 Hours of Mesa Verde Board, appreciate the opportunity to be here today to present our request for use of the Montezuma County Fairgrounds, May 11th, 2024. That is the date set for the 12 Hours of Mesa Verde Bike Race. We'll actually begin setup on Wednesday and continue through Friday evening, and then the race starts at 7 o'clock Saturday morning with a cannon blast from Mr. Ertel. And then hopefully we get to go the full 12 hours this year. Last year, as you're probably aware, we had a bit of a rain event out there and caused a little bit of additional tasking for our search and rescue members. She's not here right now, but Vicki had her hands full out there managing that and making sure we got everybody out safely and that there were no injuries and everyone was accounted for, down to 3 hours after the race where a phone call was received from a gentleman that had received a voicemail message from one of our members asking of his whereabouts, and he was already the other side of Wolf Creek Pass on his way home. He wanted to get out of here. It was cold and wet and muddy. So as you know, we do receive a donation for beer, and at the end of the race, we hand out a beer. There's no fee for it. It's just handed out as a, kind of start a social event. So I think everybody, if they were lucky, they might be able to get 2 beers with as many people are there. And so it's not like we're having a big drinking session. It's just a way for people to grab a meal from one of the trailers outside and come in and relax, and then the award ceremony is taking place during that time as well. So that would be our primary request, is that we have the ability to still continue with as we have for a number of years.
So I don't have any issues with this at all. I think it's been pretty consistent with everything that we've done for the last, for as long as I've been here, so I'll answer for that. And I think previously. The only thing, obviously, I'm sure you guys have already checked with Justin, and I'm sure he already has it calendared. I know he does, but just that same coordination just for the fairgrounds. And then because this is giveaway alcohol, we don't have to have a special permit for this, do we?
No.
It's just the same, okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yes, and to answer your question, our team members have been in contact with Justin pertaining to using Powder River panels and the bike racks and gate racks and things like that. Yes, sir.
For all the logistics at the fairgrounds.
Probably the only change that I would articulate is that we're going to set the carpet, we're going to install the carpet on the inside of the beef barn on Wednesday afternoon instead of Thursday morning, and we're going to let it, that way it'll set, because it gets weird in there. It kind of grows and it gets ripply, so we want to set it, and then we pull it tight, and then we put duct tape on the seams and spike it down in places but we think we can, and then we put the tables down. In the past, we've always put the carpet down first thing Thursday morning, then put the tables down, and it creates a little bit of a trip hazard. We're trying to eliminate that.
There's a lot of humidity in that barn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it's obviously from my perspective as a commissioner and a community member, it's a great it's great for the community, it's great for the participants, it does a lot for the community, and all the money, basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but stays right here in this community.
Absolutely,
What's
yes, sir.
raised. And I think that's a big deal.
If I may, I don't want to take too much.
You've got all the time you want.
But we do have a number of different organizations in our community that are beneficiaries from this race. I'm just going to run down the list real quick here. Four Corners Child Advocacy Center, the Pinion Project, Good Samaritan, Southwest Open School, Cortez BMX, High Desert Devo, School to Community Youth Collaborative, Operation Graduation, Colorado High School Cycling League, Grace's Kitchen, St. Barnabas Episcopal Church, Southwest Conservation Corps, Cortez Area Youth Activity Center, the poster contest, poster contest, which the kids that you got poster.
The switch. Yeah.
That one got weird. Sorry about that. There we go. We got green. Montezuma County Search and Rescue and Southwest Colorado Cycling Association, which they are the ones. SWCA does a lot of work on the trails around our area, from Sand Canyon to Boggy Draw to Phil's World, Chutes and Ladder. The one over by Mancus is escaping my memory now. But the poster contest, which is where we get the design for our T-shirts, we had 23 students from the area schools that took the time to do artwork. Of course, we had a first, second, third, and then 2 honorable mentions on that. First will be the one that is actually printed and makes up this year's T-shirt. This year's theme is the Flintstones, so we should probably see some pretty interesting costumes from our riders on that. But as you can see, a number of organizations in our community that benefit from this. Last year, we were able to contribute approximately $87,000 to these various organizations. This year, we're hoping to get the same amount. But as costs have gone up, it cuts into some of that ability. And all of our board members, as you're probably aware or may not be aware, are all volunteers. In fact, we even pay our way throughout the year with our board meetings and things like that, meals, whatever. And then during the race, of course, we're all paying for our own way. So it's a way for us to also contribute and donate back to this fundraiser, if you will, for the youth in our community, in our county.
It's a good event.
Great event. Great event. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And
I understand that this will come up on tomorrow's agenda for approval. Is
correct.
that correct? Okay. Yeah. Would you like me to be here, or is that something that's just
I don't think you need to be here. I think this is all, the presentation is done, and it'll be there just for approval. It should be a pretty quick and easy deal.
Okay.
So yeah,
very
you don't
good.
need to.
Any other?
Let you know.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Any other questions?
Nope.
No.
Thank you, guys. Thank your board.
Yeah.
Just pass that along. Thank everybody. I don't want to leave anybody out, but
Absolutely.
I know there's a lot of work and time that's been out there, and
If you get a chance on May 11th to come out, feel free to come out and just walk around and look around. We'd love to show you around all the different things that are going on. We also have a kids race that the Cortez BMX has taken over, and that really is going well. They're doing an excellent job with that. This will be the third year. Last year they just took it over completely. 2 years ago they kind of had a phase-in process, but doing an amazing job with that. And there's different kid events for the kids inside as well, where they do face painting and drawing and that to keep some of the little kids busy that come with their parents to the event. So
I'll be there.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Yep.
Thank
too.
you.
All right, the new kid on the block. Yeah. New kid. He came in last week. I didn't even recognize him.
Take off your hat.
All right, Mr. Spratlen.
Back to normal. Afternoon.
Good afternoon. CERT basic training. Let's talk about
Yes,
it.
sir.
So another acronym that we won't use acronyms in this boardroom
No
anymore.
acronyms. This is the Community Emergency Response Team. And, just wanted to give a little kind of presentation, public presentation, just kind of get everybody to know what it really does. This is the participant manual, so it kind of gives you a rundown. We'll just go over it really quick. A lot of you are very familiar with this, so it's a great program. We started looking into this, and we felt that it would be an excellent program to have a set of volunteers that are trained into any kind of function. It's firefighting, search and rescue operations, law enforcement, all different operations for public safety. And that way, when they do respond, they have a go kit, they can help without any kind of liabilities, etc. It's no cost to the county. We've got grant funding that's good for 3 years. Sustainability will be more grant funding, and it's basically just, having meetings. The training program that starts. It's kind of when, a disaster or a nuisance occurs, we really need their help. Sandbagging, running around, whether it's paperwork, whether it's physical, whether it's financial, whether it's runners, phone call takers, whatever. And we let them kind of pick what areas that, they feel more comfortable in as well. So it's a great program. I'm certified in it as far as instructing it. There's free classes in the Emergency Management Institute. It's all free. We can and thank God I don't have to fly to EMI and spend a week there. They actually have online classes to train the trainer as well. This is a joint project between Dolores County and Montezuma County, so we can utilize the volunteers. And of course, if needed, they can go to other counties, that are close to us in the Southwest. So with that, you can roll some more there if you'd like. So we start to put together, they're basically under the Emergency Operations Center, and we will, use them in any way we can for any function that we need, whether it's even access functional needs, power outage, floods, etc. So it's everything that's been going on here. And we find that our volunteers, they're great. The citizens come out, assist us all the time when we ask for help immediately. But then they influx, and then there's a lot of them with, they're not highly trained in a lot of the areas, so we have to be careful with safety, etc. So with this, they have the waivers. The county, they put it on. I talked to Bentley, and they're just put their names on a list, and it doesn't cost any more. It's just a volunteer workers' comp through us. We can utilize them in just any function in the county that's around. The basic training, you can go up to 8-week training, one night a week, like Thursday night, whatever. So we don't interfere with their weekends off, and it's like a 3-hour training. We bring in all the subject matter experts that go over the different trainings. Anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks, depending on what curriculum we want. FEMA has a curriculum, and it's mainly for this program, but we also add in their Emergency Operations Center functions as well. So we add some curriculum to it, and we make sure that curriculum fits the needs for our community, not necessarily just national. It's whatever we're going to be doing here. So that training is really important. Keep going. So it's basically to prepare themselves, their families, communities for any kind of incident, disaster. They're in this role. They're identified with shirts that we get them. We talk about life-saving techniques, anything to do with first aid, injuries, medical operations. This is not necessarily all that we do. We talk about, neighborhoods, fire suppression. They have resource safety measures. We work through all the search and rescue, debris management as well, floods, extrications to assist. They don't become firefighters. They don't become cops. They're not EMTs. They're there to assist, just like what an EOC does. That's what emergency management is. We're there to help. What do you want us to do, and are we capable of doing it? And then we jump in and help. So it's just a big group of great volunteers, that jump around and get the really good trainings. There's different agendas. It's preparedness, how you organize, medical operations, the psychology of a disaster, fire and safety, search and rescue, terrorism, and then we're going to add emergency operations in there. We'll put some law enforcement in there as well, just depending on what we want for our community, because ours is a lot more diverse than just that. Then they get a certificate, which gives them the ability to work on the team. Of course, we will have some standards that, they kind of respond 2 or 3 times a year, whatever we need, come to trainings, exercise. But if we have 5 trainings a year, maybe the expectation will be 2. We haven't put that together yet. But something that's not inconvenient for them, but also keep their interest, make sure that they're still up and trained. So it's a really good program. I don't see any issues with it. I've talked with the attorney, I've talked to HR, I've talked to insurance companies. Currently, and I have so many grants, we have a go to spend from the Lohr Foundation, almost $10,000. And then we have 14,000, I think Vicky's around, through the All Hazards. And both of those grant funding don't go through our county at all. They're no match. They're just funding that we can spend the money on and move forward. And both of those will set the program up for 3+ years right now. So we're looking pretty good. And sustainability, one of the projects for the All Hazards Homeland Security funding is a community related, and no one's put in for that but us. And that's why we're moving forward with this.
So this is the program when we talked about it previously, that we were going to try and have 12. Was that the number by the end of this summer certified, or is that more than?
Well, my plan was to get 30 enrolled and off we go, and then see what comes out of it. Right now, I think it's 15.
15 certified?
Yeah. Okay. Try to get 15 in there. We have 5, 6 people that are interested. We haven't hit the ground running yet. I don't even have the schedule. I'm not sure when we're going to start this, but the funding's good for 3 years. And the Lohr Foundation is mainly some go kits, and that's 1 year, and I'll have that spent here shortly. So I'm hoping to put together a schedule, and then maybe we present, in one of my every 3-month meeting, I can give you an update on the cert and what's going on and how many people have joined and where we're at with the training and stuff. And we have plenty of facilities. And
That's just when you're scheduled. You could be here every Monday if you need to be. Remember that.
I know. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And lately I'm here every week.
And that's fine. We love
which
seeing
is
you.
fine.
I'm just saying I don't want that.
I kind of miss you guys.
I don't want that as like it's I only get to be here once
Right.
every 3 months. That's inaccurate.
Yeah. No, that's true. I throw myself on your agenda often lately. So
It's absolutely fine.
we got a lot of stuff going on. So
Good.
we're moving ahead with this program and several others, different things, which we'll bring up here in a little bit. But I think it's an outstanding program.
Is there an age limit? Do you have an age limit?
No, sir.
Okay.
Just you have to be able to walk, and talk.
Driver's license?
And
required?
there will be a background check, but it's mainly for,
Some way to get there, how's that?
Yeah. Just work your way there, you're fine. It doesn't matter. Any walk of life can come in because we want them all. We've had some people that are interested that actually work for FEMA, and they just want to do some paperwork, and they just want to, help us shuttle stuff around and move. That's exactly what I need. And
Yeah.
then we get the young, tough people that want to run out and do sandbag. That's great too. That's what I need too. We need a mixture of everybody. So I'd like to put together a team of 30 that, how it goes, vacations, work related, et cetera. You hopefully get 12,
Yeah.
10
Sure.
that'll respond on something, immediately.
Yeah, I was thinking a dozen was what we
Yep.
we're hoping for, that we're certified after the,
Yep. And we did,
Inception.
the fire department that I was on in La Plata, we put together a type of a CERT team, auxiliary. We tried to put together an emergency management CERT team, and it didn't just quite move ahead too well. So, but yeah, it's just difficult trying to get people to commit to different volunteer organizations, and we have a lot. So hopefully this will, get some interest. I'm excited for it. So
good.
anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm moving forward.
All right, Community Emergency Response Team.
Yes, sir.
If you're looking for something to get involved with,
Yep.
we have it.
Go to the website. All my contact information's on there. And please, let me know if you're interested and give me a call or whatever. We're accepting applications as we speak.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Jim.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. All right, I don't see Ms. Hargraves in here, but I do see Lori, so come on down, and we're going to talk about the
Claire Ormiston.
Ormiston Fund, yeah. I didn't know what the first name was.
Claire, yeah.
Claire. All right.
That fund's been around.
So we have a reimbursement, yeah, $3,000, looks like. Okay, with that, you can take it away.
There you go.
Yep.
Yes, we're just requesting a transfer from the Claire Ormiston Fund to the Social Services Fund to pay for the cancer payments of this person that requested it.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else we have to do
No.
other than the request, and then, because that's what it was set up for, gosh, a long time ago.
Oh, way long time ago.
Do you have any idea?
80,
It was before I started, which was 29 years ago, so it's been a long time.
I
Okay.
think it was back in the 80s, I think, or maybe even earlier.
I could go look it up, but I don't know right off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't think it makes any difference. I was just kind of curious of, I know it's been around a long time for that specific reason, for cancer
Right.
Yeah.
patients.
What,
So,
you know what the balance will be in the fund? Do you have any idea?
I think it averages about 40,000 because, like we took some out last November, I believe, and it was about the same amount, 3,000.
Okay.
So we get $1,000 every quarter, so it takes a while to build it back up again, but I think we took it out twice last year, but I could be wrong about that. Could be wrong about that.
I don't have any other questions. I'll look it up, but
Budget, I don't think fund balance.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
But, evidently, we're in pretty healthy shape, so.
Actually, the beginning fund balance in 2023 was 56.6.
Okay.
What was it?
So we've got more
More
than
there
plenty.
than I thought.
Yeah.
So that's the way you want it. Claire Ormiston Fund. So just quickly, just taking a look at it, I know that there was
Yeah,
plenty in there, so.
I knew that we'd been taking some out, and I knew in the past it would stay around 40,000, but I didn't know it'd gotten that high.
Sounds good to me.
So, yeah.
We
Okay.
sure appreciate you.
Okay, anything else I need to do? Okay.
Just, what was the number, Travis, so that we have that for tomorrow on the, or do we have the?
So the order's gonna be 3 of 2024.
number 3?
Yeah, we got that corrected this morning.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Kelly's on vacation, I assume? Kelly is, yes. All right. Good deal. Okay, next we have 4 bullet points that we have to address, and they're all going to be with Mr. Dobry, our grant writer. Starting right off with number 1, we have Mr. Spratlen and Mr. Dobry, as we're going to look at some congressionally direct spending, and this is a request for the Fairgrounds for the upstairs portion to create basically a secondary EOC, Emergency Operations Center. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for coming. We got it.
And we have a deal for you. Go ahead.
Okay, so
You talk about that, I'll talk about the other.
the amount is a little bit provisional. I think after listening to you speak with Justin last week, we may want to add some insulation and some additional wall stuff. So we've been, Jim, Justin, Dustin, and I have been working on this kind of on and off for the last couple months to try and put this together after the initial congressionally directed spending information came out from our senators. So if you look on the preliminary budget, we included access control, some flooring, windows, HVAC and electrical upgrades, as well as furnishings and some communications, and then also the indirect costs for the county. Right now, the grant request would be for $115,000. The match for this program, I believe, is 25%. And we recommend taking that out of CTF, Conservation Trust Funds.
Conservation Trust Fund.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is, the grant is due on the 29th, or the congressionally directed spending request is due on the 29th. I have a call with Senator Hickenlooper's office later this week to talk about it and talk about it, some details of what information they're going to want. So, and then if
So is that for the total square footage up on the upper mezzanine where the wall from, I mean, it kind of splits?
For both
There's
rooms.
2,
Both
for
rooms.
both rooms?
Yep.
So to occupy the
rooms.
entire,
Yep, that whole
encompass
top
the,
area, those
Okay.
2 rooms.
Yeah, and it would be available as an alternate emergency operations center, an alternate BOCC room if necessary, a community space that the fairgrounds would be able to rent out, and just an generally upgraded facility.
An employee training room for continuity of operations. If something happens to this floor, BOCC can run out of there. We can run the treasurer, assessor's office. You know, if something happens to that building, we can move people, into that location. They have all the electronics that we need in there. TVs, big screens, Wi-Fi, everything that you need to run any kind of operation. Just put some, dividers in there and go to work. So, and this whole project is also funded by that all hazards, and then we were able to secure 25,000, and then we got another close to 5,000. So we have 30,000 sitting there, and the 5,000 I have to spend in a couple months. So we're getting TVs right now, and it's mainly electronics, all the electronics, the wiring, electrical plug-ins that we need, the additional, like we did at the EOC at the sheriff's office with the iPad that turns on screens and sets it all up for any kind of operations with, HDMIs, all that stuff. It didn't include the floor or the furnishing. The all hazards just said electronics, and related equipment. So with that, I got a quote for both rooms to fully outfit the big screens, 4 of them, put them all in, a smart screen, all the training facility, and it came to close to 29,000. So we're right at that edge where we can play, and that's, again, that funding doesn't go through the county. That's all separate, goes through the COG. So that was a nice benefit to start, and we thought we were going to piecemeal as we could with some flooring and soundproofing walls, ceiling, make it sharp, replace the windows. And this came up with the congressional spending. We're like, yeah, okay, we can do this. And then if you rent it, it goes better. You can have businesses coming in that want those 5-day trainings where they have 2 separate rooms, you know. And I mean, I think it's an asset, it's an enterprise as well, and all this is pretty good funding. And then my alternate EOC, of course. And then when the teams come in for the major fires, they utilize those rooms. We asked a certain amount of money. It'll probably be a little more, yeah, because it's going to be outfitted really nice.
I would suggest buying some dust covers.
Yes, sir. We're hoping
We
to
generate a lot of dust out there.
keep it, yeah, cleaner with the soundproofing and the walls and
Well,
trying to secure it. But
You know, what you just said was part of one of the things that I had requested from Rob, is to at least get something drawn up on paper so that we know what we're doing, so that we have a good plan, and that we actually have 2 doorways, so before you even get into there, do you know what I'm saying? So you actually have a
dust room
vestibule.
instead of a mud room.
And that
Yeah.
way it keeps it a lot better, a lot cleaner. I would almost recommend taking out those windows, because there's a lot of dust that come in and out of those, and making a solid wall if you can. But that's up to you all.
No, that's a good plan, and that's why we wanted to get all of our ducks in a row and even look at the fairgrounds overall. I had CIRSA come in, the feds, did an evaluation of the entire fairgrounds, looking at security and stuff, and then we can get grants through that as well, you know, for electronic equipment and whatever. So I've been looking at that for a while, but now we've got all of our ducks in a row, sort of, and we've got funding, so we were like, you know, it's time to come before you guys and give you a whole idea of, you know, because those rooms they're excellent, they just need to be cleaned up.
They need to be finished.
We need to, yes.
Yeah, they've never been finished.
And as far as timeline, this is for the federal fiscal year 25 grant cycles. And as you know, federal fiscal year 24 grants were just approved a few days ago, I think last Thursday. So it's going to be a while. So we'll have plenty of time to fully develop the project after submitting the congressionally directed spending request.
So basically $30,000 out of CTF.
Yeah, something about that.
Yeah, and we'll get you a design of what that looks like up there. You know, where we're putting the items and the plugs and all that. So we'll get that started, and then we'll work on the flooring and furniture and the whole bit. So, yeah, it'll be pretty slick.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess next it would be Miss Wanda.
You don't want to take it.
I think Wanda, we've seen you in here every week too.
Yes.
Well, welcome back. Okay, now we're talking about a Peace Officer Standards and Training Grant. I think we've seen a little bit of this, but
Yes.
now
You
we're
have,
going-
and this grant is the Post Rural and Small Agency Academy grant. We discussed it, I believe, last week, and we will resubmit the grant after getting approval of the commissioners.
So this is actually going through the process to complete it, and so this will be to submit the grant submission form tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay,
If it's approved, yes, sir.
perfect. All right, anything else on this one?
I don't think so.
Pretty straightforward, all right. Now we're also going to talk about the cracking the forensic analysis code, which is also a Colorado Post and Service Continuing Education, correct?
Yes.
All right.
This grant is for training for the sheriff's office, and it also allows for some types of equipment. We usually put in for some extra training ammunition with it. For this grant, we have $6,495 that will help with training Garrett Talley. He's taken over John Haynes' position as the forensic analyst in the agency, and he's the one that's going to be getting into cell phones and computers and that to help extract the data from those. And so he needs this training to finish what he needs to know so he can do that. And just so you know, most of the cases that we have that we do as far as these are not for us. We do a lot for other agencies. And the post-grant likes to see that collaboration with other agencies when we get grants. And then we've requested $4,998 in training ammunition on this as well.
And the total grant amount is $11,493.
Is that enough for ammunition? I mean, the prices are going up again.
We already put in our large order. This
Okay.
is just the training ammunition that we need. So it will be adequate, yeah. That's usually what we get through this grant every year is about $5,000 in training ammo. And then they also, last year and this year, you don't have to put into the grant as far as that goes, but we have Police One training that we have to do to keep us post-certified, all of the officers, and they've decided to pick that up outside of the grant and just pay for it for all agencies in Colorado, which makes it really nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Move on. No questions.
That's it?
No questions. Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
Thanks, Wanda.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Wanda.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Okay, one left.
Yes.
Colorado Behavioral Health Administration 222 Safety Net Grant for the CIP program, the Community Intervention Program, not
yes.
capital improvement projects. So this is Community Intervention Project. All right. go ahead.
And this is a continuation of the Colorado Behavioral Health Administration funding that has supported that program for the last 2 years, I believe, so far. And this year they basically sent this letter to Laurel saying that the maximum budget is $100,000 is $466. We'll have to reach out and officially submit our application to reapply for that. So we wanted to get commissioner approval early and then be able to move forward with that. Both Laurel and Bobby are out of town today, so I said that I would present it, and if you had any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I don't think so. It's an ongoing program. We've
Yeah, it
had
is.
it for 2 years now, or is this the third year? 2 years.
We're
This
into
would be the
3.
third. This would be the third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
So,
We started when Joe was here.
oh, that's right. Yeah, because we
And-
approved it then. So,
Yeah.
Most of the
Okay.
funding this year was from the
CDS.
froze from the congressionally directed spending. The organization's called SAMHSA, and I can't break that acronym out. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's the federal behavioral health.
okay.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have any issues or problems.
No.
I mean,
That's all I have then.
okay.
Thank
That's
you.
all you have? All right. Well,
That's quick.
good. You got
Yeah, just right.
Commissioner Copenhaver, I think you got here just to, I guess I can say we're adjourned. Thank you, Robert. Have a good day. Bye-bye. And yes, this meeting is adjourned. That's all that we have on our agenda for the day. Thank you all.